Hello and welcome to this tutorial for beginning crocheters, produced by Gran's Knotty-Hobby for the Harmonious Hookers Facebook group. We're going to start a series of how to read pattern tutorials. We're going to start this first one with hook selection. As you can see as these pictures go by, there's quite a variety of colors and materials they're made out of. There's a lot of variables. The one thing that will never ever be variable is the head or the hook end or the hook size. And each hook should have the hook size written on it. Here's my selection of hooks, or some of my collection. This one is a hard plastic. It's pretty rough on the fingers, especially on a big project. This one is made of bamboo. Very soft, very gentle on your fingers. I really like these. This one is an aluminum one that has been around since dirt. Very tough on the fingers. Apparently there's a new brand out, Susan Bates, that are rather expensive. That's not what mine is. This one is a hard plastic with an aluminum shaft and head end. These are not very comfortable to work with, but you can see these all range in sizes from small to large. As far as the hook end goes. The rest of it is all your personal choice. Pick one that works for you. These are the hook measurements. There is metric, US, and UK. So if your pattern calls for a 5.5 millimeter hook, you know you can grab an I hook or one of the other designators. This set of hooks is my most recently acquired and my favorite. It has a silicone handle and an aluminum head. I do have an entire set of these, and I'm going to use them in this demonstration to show you the difference in the size of the hook and the work it produces. For this segment, I'm using a worsted weight yarn Red Heart Super Saver. That is 99.9% of what my yarn collection is comprised of. It's not appropriate for every size of hook, but I am using it for all of these sizes so that that remains consistent, so that you can see the differences as the hook sizes are used. As you gather your work and you begin this particular stitch, it's a beginning chain or a starting chain. It is pretty much one of the most basic stitches that you should learn as a crocheter. Do these endlessly. It will help you learn to hold your hook comfortably and get your tension right in your non-dominant hand. So this 3.5, you go ahead and hook, yarn over, pull through, and yarn over, pull through, and that's a chain. As you can see, that produced a little bit bigger than the ones previously, each one getting bigger and bigger as I use the bigger and bigger hook. As you yarn over and pull through, you are creating a single stitch. That is the yarn portion of the work you're doing. The hole in the middle is called the chain space. Even if you're doing a kind of different stitch, it will be called the chain space. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. So this 6.0 millimeter hook is pretty much the largest hook you will get in a set should you choose to buy your crochet hooks in a set. It does produce a fairly big stitch, but I do have one other hook I want to show you. Yeah, this is called the Oh My God hook size. I don't know what technically the size hook is because it's not on here, and this is absolutely the wrong kind of yarn to use for a hook this size. You are definitely going to want to use this for a thicker yarn, maybe the terry cloth, to make baby blankets from. But it does demonstrate for you the size variation more drastically as the size of the hook changes. Linda, a friend of mine and a member of Harmonious Hookers, has allowed us to use her pattern here to demonstrate how these things go. You'll see the very first thing she tells you in your pre-instructions to prepare your project is the hook size. Here's another pattern that I took off the internet from Marie Segaris. Please excuse me if I butchered that. Your hook size right there. And here's another one from Red Heart. Gives you all three types of measurements, an H8 or a 5mm. Same thing here. And I should let you know, my yarn and I are very similar. As it begins to unwind, so do I. So we really appreciate you coming by and visiting with us and sticking around for this tutorial. Corey, Dakota, Caitlin, and Cindy, the admins of Harmonious Hookers, hope you'll come back for next week's tutorial. Join us again. Happy hooking!